All right. Now, we also have the news portals. You know that the news portals are largely on break, but not everybody's on break. And so we want to take you to some news portals. We'll take you to some in Ghana, and we'll look to see if we can bring you something from international news as well. Graphic Online is active. Our own portal, citynewsroom.com, is active. Also, we have ChannelOneNews.com as well. Okay, so we have all these portals available for you to catch up on your news updates. So let's go to citynewsroom.com. All right, maybe you can bring us ChannelOneNews.com
of course,
as well.
Of course.
Yeah. All right, so citynewsroom.com, Ashimor says disregard nominee submission directive for national appointments. All right, humbly accept 2024 election outcome for unity and development. Backbone to Ghanaians. I thought it's the Ghanaians who created the outcome. So how are we to be the ones to accept the outcome? We chose the outcome.
Yeah.
It is our outcome. We own the outcome. So I don't know why he's telling us that we should accept it. Anyway, Ghana Armed Forces denies allegations of ammunition transportation in viral audio. Saglemi Fire. There was no damage to housing units and documents. This is a developer, Kwam, say this is the developer we have here saying this. I think that we'll look at this story particularly in a bit more detail after we give the headlines. Ghana is on the right path. The future is bright. And then I'll give you one more. Oh, let me give you two more. Alleged national security operative remanded over 1 million Ghana cedi recruitment scam. And the final one I want to give you here is the cholera outbreak. 4,155 cases recorded, 35 dead. It doesn't seem to be slowing down. This thing I thought we would have nipped it in the bud by now, but yeah, it just seems to, because 4,155 cases is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Not in 2024. You know, yeah. Anyway, so those are some of the headlines. There's a lot of news on our portal, but that's citynewsroom.com.
Right, Kweku, let me take us to ChannelOneNews.com. It says, let's reflect on 2024 elections and build Ghana as one people. Backbone to Ghanaians. Kweku, you mentioned that on citynewsroom.com earlier on. And then this is coming from the camp of WAEC. It says, no guarantee on WASI results released by December 29th. Cholera outbreak, 35 dead. Over 4,000 suspected cases reported. Kachi South, armed robbery gang jailed 125 years. And Citiuation all-white party, of course, party lights up Accra with unforgettable performances. And also you can find some photos of the Citiuation all-white party on ChannelOneNews.com. Adani Best wows guest with stunning performance at the 2024 Citiuation all-white party. Citiuation all-white party to dazzle Accra. Well, this was early on, and then the recollation of parliamentary results not illegal. So there are stories, there are more stories on ChannelOneNews.com as well. Kweku, I don't know if you would want to go into a few.
Let's get into some details.
City, right?
I'll do two of them. I'll do the Saglemi housing fire situation, and I also do the cholera outbreak. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So let's go to the Saglemi fire. Now it says here, Saglemi fire. There was no damage to housing units or documents. This is coming from the developer. Now the developer is Kwam LMI Consortium. The developer of the Saglemi Affordable Housing Project, Kwam LMI Consortium, confirmed that the fire outbreak at the project site did not impact any housing units or relevant documents. As part of preparations to develop the abandoned project, laborers set fire to clear some weedy sections of the site. Unfortunately, the fire spread to external warehouses containing expired building equipment. Addressing journalists during a site tour with the sector minister, Kojo Nkrumah, Kojo Nkrumah, on Wednesday, December 26th, Managing Director Kofi Adabo of Ofori Amanfo clarified the situation, and I quote, So I think yesterday, around 1 o'clock, we had our laborers working on the campsite, as you saw it when you came here. So as we came here in November, we started trying to clear up the campsite to prepare for actual development. So I think some laborers set some little fire to just clear the weeds they had gathered, but they could not control it. They had to move into one of our external warehouses that went up, and that's what the fire from the fire. And that's what, because the story is a bit challenging here. The fire from the fire station at Sege came to help us quench. All right. So it's not really the houses, as I said earlier. It was a storage area at our campsite behind me. You can see the houses. It's not touched. I have not even started working there. So there's nothing happening here, he said. Now, the Minister, Kojo Nkrumah, Minister of Works and Housing, encouraged the consortium to expedite the project to stick to agreed timelines. Okay, so basically, in short, the fire that blazed, we saw the video, it was, everybody was very concerned as to what's happening, and it just, the clarification is that, typically Ghanaians, we like to burn our bola, right? Which, by the way, it's not a very wise practice.
Yes.
We're used to doing that, but it's something that we need to also apply the existing regulations to, as far as that is concerned, EPA and all, because this kind of open fire burning indiscriminately, everybody just does it because, oh, I have some bola here, let me set fire and burn. And other people also, they burn things like plastics and other, dangerous toxic material as well. Totally oblivious of the impact on them, they themselves who are around their lives and their health, as well as further afield, people who don't know anything about your fire, then it's affecting them as well.
I actually have a terrible fire experience from burning trash. So since then, this was I think when I was in about junior high school, my mom asked me to go put some trash in the bin, and as little as I was, I don't know what I was thinking. I went to set it on fire, and there was a spray can, the deodorant spray cans inside, and I was standing by the fire trying to push every other thing inside. And it exploded. Up until today, I have 2 scars on my shoulders. Yes. And there was one under my eye. Thankfully, that has disappeared miraculously. So ever since then, when I see fire, I don't go anywhere near
Goodness gracious. Yeah, no, but that's serious.
Yes.
So
it's a terrible experience.
But I don't know. I think a lot of people just don't know, even as adults, that there are some things you don't burn.
Yes.
If you're going to burn, if you must burn, it must be something that's easily flammable, dried. For example, you don't burn green grass.
Yes.
You don't burn green leaves.
Who burn green grass?
People do it, right? And then it's like you've just done a fresh cutting, but because you can't be bothered to wait for it to dry up, you want to burn it straight away. All you're going to do is to create a very obnoxious plume of smoke. That people will have to be breathing all of this in. Very unfortunate. But anyway, so that's that with that story there. Let me do the color on, unless you want to do another one first before we do the color on.
Of course. So let me take us to ChannelOneNews.com, and I'm very much interested in the story of the WASI release.
Okay.
So the WAEC, this is from the camp of WAEC. It says no guarantee on WASI results released by December 29th. The West African Examinations Council says it cannot give assurance of the release of the West African Senior School Certificate Examination, that's what we call the WASI results, on or before December 29th, 2024, as announced by the Minister of Education, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum. This is because the amount it awaits to enable it to fix the broken down scanners, conclude scanning of the objective test answer cards, and then the process and then process the results is yet to be received. The council has therefore dismissed media publications giving an assurance that the results will be released by December 29th. WAEC has indicated to Graphic Online that the assurance by the minister that there had been an additional release of 25 million Ghana cedis to the council for its operational activities, and that it had assured that the results will be released before or by December 29th, 2024 was not accurate. Minister's press briefing. The Education Minister, Dr. Yao Osei-Duchum, told journalists after a brief visit to the WAEC offices on Tuesday that the results of the 2024 WASI would be released by December 29th. He told journalists that the WAEC was finalizing the marking process and working to ensure the results were published on time. The minister highlighted on government support in alleviating some of WAEC's financial challenges, enabling the council to focus on accurate marking and timely releases. But in a rebuttal, the head of Public Relations Unit, John Pye, explained that those stories on social media and in some sections of the media emanated from a brief visit by the Minister of Education to the WAEC offices to acquaint himself with the progress of work. And this is a quote: "Without any formal meeting with the management team of WAEC, he addressed the media present, giving them assurances that results will be released by December 29th. He said, "We wish to state that apart from the check for 25 million Ghana cedis that was issued on December 18th, no further releases out of the outstanding 180 million Ghana cedis have been made. The council awaits the release of the additional 35 million Ghana cedis it has requested from the Ministry of Education to enable it to fix the broken down scanners, conclude scanning of objective test answer cards, and then process the results." Giving further details, Mr. Pye said the 60 million Ghana cedis originally demanded for, out of which the ministry paid 25 million Ghana cedis, was simply based on projections about the cost of replaceable parts and repairs, payments for scrutiny being undertaken, and payments for a bigger bandwidth to enable us to upload the results when they are ready. He, however, said the council was expecting the release of the outstanding balance to enable it to pay supervisors, invigilators, script checkers, and suppliers of examination materials. So that is the story with regard to the release date of the WASI results, as we have it on ChannelOneNews.com. Kweku, this is a very disturbing one for me.
Well, it actually
Don't laugh. It's not a funny
it actually came out yesterday, you know. And so it's on one hand, the minister says, "Oh, don't worry, 29th."
Yeah.
Everything.
I actually watched his interview, and I was highly hopeful that, indeed, 29th, that should be, I think, on Friday.
This is a couple of days. I think it's Friday,
Friday, 28th is Friday, 29th is on Saturday, actually. So I was hoping that by 29th, of course, the results would have been released. And the students who took the WASI would know their fate before we enter into the new year. But it's rather...
From the way it looks.
Yeah.
Because the money has to be... Okay. So the WAEC requested for 60 million.
Yes.
They've been giving only 25. Even the 25 is a check that hasn't cleared yet.
Exactly.
Okay, good. So now they are saying that they need the extra 35 for a number of things. First of all, the broken down scanners have to be repaired or replaced, number one. Number two, once they repair or replace them, they have to now go through scanning all the ones they haven't scanned.
Yes, so the objective tests.
The objective test cards. Then once the scanning has been done, then they must now collate the results. These days it's become our favorite word, is it? Collate the results, you see. So think about it. 29th, no? How? Yeah, I'm not sure. Today is 26th. Anyway.
Interesting times.
So we'll see what happens, right? We'll take you to Graphic Online shortly, and then also to BBC Africa as well. But let me read a story from Citiuation.com again, another one. Cholera outbreak. 4,155 cases recorded, 35 dead. All right, so this story says here, Ghana has recorded a total of 4,155 suspected cases of cholera since October this year. This number was recorded as of December 23rd, 2024. Unfortunately, out of the number, 35 have died. Dr. Patrick Kuma-Abuaje, Director General of the Ghana Health Service, made this known in a statement issued on Tuesday, December 24th, 2024. He noted that the most affected region was the Western region, which had reported 17 deaths. Now, I quote, between 30th of November and 19th of December 2024, an oral vaccination campaign was conducted in the Ewutu Senya East, Ahanta West, Efia Kwesimintim, Sekondi Takrade, and Shama Metro and Municipal areas, which are the hotspots. Now, a total of 662,906 persons have been vaccinated out of 792,482 eligible population. Now, after the vaccination campaign, the number of reported cases in those districts have declined steadily. Ewutu Senya East has not recorded any confirmed case after the vaccination exercise, he stated. Now, Dr. Abuaje urged the public who have diarrhea and vomiting to report to the nearest health facility. As we enter the Christmas season, I quote, we are entreated to drink portable water, eat food that is hot, wash fruits and vegetables thoroughly before consuming, and wash our hands with soap under running water before preparing food, before eating, and after visiting the washroom, or changing diapers, and after touching surfaces, he added. So these ones, some of them are like the COVID rules, right? Because during COVID, we said, wash hands under running water. When you touch any surfaces, make sure you wash your hands or sanitize, and so on. And one of the side effects of the impact of the practices we learned during COVID was that cholera almost disappeared. Yes. For months we had no cases of cholera, and then somehow we've gone back to our old bad ways, and bad habits. And this is happening now. It's very unfortunate. We need to do better. And I think that the various assemblies should take up the responsibility seriously of conscientizing their communities within which they function. Because we have all these health people in the assemblies. They are part of the assemblies, and so we need to do better, honestly.
I would just like to add that we need to take our health seriously, whether cholera, whether COVID, whether Ebola. We need to take all of those seriously because when COVID came, there was a scare. There was, everybody. Yeah,
we're really afraid. Yes. It was like an unknown thing.
Exactly. Nobody really wanted to contract COVID and be sent to the isolation center. So we were all very religiously washing our hands, of course, sanitizing our hands, wearing nose mask everywhere, making sure that our surfaces are clean. Everybody had.
You were afraid of death.
Everybody had a sanitizer in their their bags,
had 2 or 3.
cars.
One inside the car, one inside the bag. Wherever in the office, there's one. It's like you always have everywhere the sanitizer.
So what happened?
Yeah. Well, you see, people are afraid of death.
And
right?
cholera is.
People are not afraid of sickness. They're afraid of death. So if they feel that the sickness won't kill them,
they cholera kills, yes.
They joke with it, right? And what's happening with the cholera cases also is that people, they exhibit the symptoms, but they don't understand that these symptoms can end up in death. Right. Because it's like, who hasn't vomited before? Vomiting doesn't kill anybody. So in your mind, that's what you say. It's like business as usual. Who hasn't vomited before? Who hasn't had diarrhea before? But it goes, right? And so what we're trying to say is that in this season, as we are hearing in this number of cases, don't take any vomiting for granted. Don't take any diarrhea for granted. And worse still, or when the two occur together, be even more aggressive about getting it treated as quickly as possible. Okay, that's really what we're saying.
Especially now that we are in celebration moods, we should mind what we eat. We should mind where our foods come from. Look, don't just jump on anything because it looks exciting. Christmas. Yes, it looks exciting. It looks good. It tastes good. Remember, if it is food that has to be eaten or food that is cooked, it needs to be warm or possibly hot before you can eat it. If not, and it is a vegetable or a fruit, make sure you wash it thoroughly. Wash it very, very well before you eat, because you may never know what you are taking into your system. They say garbage in, garbage out. So whatever you take into your system is what will bring out, or the outcome, you would see it in a few days, which may be cholera or something that you don't have control over. So let's stay safe out there and watch what we eat. Quick, let me take us to Channel One Newsroom again. And I want to talk about Citiuation, of course. It's a party mood. It was a shutdown for me.
No, it was.
I call it my Citiuation 2.0 experience.
Okay.
And look, it was amazing.
It was fun. And we'll actually bring you some of the playbacks later on this show, okay? So you can, for those of you who missed what we brought you yesterday, we brought you some excitement from Bisakede and MOG. We'll bring you some of the others as well, okay? So stick with us.
All right, quick. Let me go to ChannelOneNews.com now. The Citiuation All-White Party 2024 dazzled Accra, leaving attendees in awe and setting a new standard for premium entertainment in the city. Hosted at the iconic underbridge in East Legon, the much anticipated events was nothing short of spectacular, blending elegance, vibrant energy and stellar performances. Organized by Channel One TV in collaboration with City FM, the event lived up to its reputation as the ultimate nightlife experience. As the festive season kicked into full swing, revelers arrived dressed in their finest white ensembles, adding a touch of glamour to an already electric atmosphere. The night's highlight was undoubtedly the star-studded lineup of artists who delivered breathtaking performances, keeping the audience on their feet from start to finish. Each act brought its unique flair, ensuring a dynamic and memorable experience. Keche set the tone with their high-energy hits, engaging the crowd with their infectious rhythms and electrifying stage presence. Bisakede captivated with his soulful high-life tunes, creating a perfect blend of nostalgia and celebration as the audience sang along to his timeless classics. Adani Best, a legend in Ghanaian music, took attendees on a journey through decades of his evergreen hits and uniting generations in dance and joy. The Nchinchim Band showcased their exceptional talent with a mesmerizing fusion of traditional and contemporary sounds, delivering a live performance that resonated deeply with the crowd. Adding a spiritual touch to the festivities, MOG Music uplifted the audience with its powerful gospel modules, leaving an indelible mark on the night. Beyond the music, the Citiuation All-White Party 2024 was a celebration of elegance and sophistication. The event's decor transformed the underbridge into a dazzling haven of white, perfectly complementing the theme. Exclusive platinum sections offered luxurious packages, while food and drinks flowed freely, ensuring guests were treated to a first-class experience. This year's edition of the Citiuation All-White Party once again proved why it remains one of Accra's most sought-after events. It wasn't just a party, it was a statement, a testament of the city's growing reputation as a hub for world-class entertainment. So that's a story on ChannelOneNews.com as we have it for Citiuation All-White Party that happened on Wednesday. Look, it's a total on Tuesday, my bad.
I was smiling plenty. You know why I was smiling plenty?
Why?
so on the night,
right,
a lot of different things happen. I have so many memories, right? But two standout ones for me.
Right.
Two standout memories. There's a song, MOG has a song, Oh, be lifted above all other gods. There was a point that there's a video that we have online. I'm saying it because the video is actually available. You can go and search. There's a gentleman in a red cap. He's wearing white too, but he has a red cap on it. And then he has a beer bottle behind him. And then he's worshiping. Oh, be lived. I can't get over it.
Imagine.
Yeah, in the video. It's nice. I saw it. I was like, Charlie, you know what? It doesn't matter. If you got beer bottle, you can still worship the Lord.
You all choose a struggle, you know.
No, but you see, the interesting thing, but you see, let me tell you something, and some of you may not know this, but one of the favorite, old-time preachers for a lot of people is John Wesley. John Wesley was known commonly as a beer drinker, and one of the things he used to do was to go to pubs, and whilst he's drinking his beer, he's preaching. It was part of what he did. Do you see that thing? So, I mean, it was an interesting moment.
But
just
still,
watching
they should
him.
choose a struggle. What kind of contrast is that? How?
No, it's contrasting for you, but not for the person. It's not the contrast.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, and you know the person too. Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do.
Now I'm itching to watch the video more than ever. No,
that is because you haven't seen the video. If you see the video, you know that you know.
Kweku, well, for me.
No, I never tell you. I thought there are two.
Okay, what's the second one?
My own Amelie was on stage with Mr. K there. Now she can't live it down because she's like, oh my goodness, what was I doing? What was I thinking about at the moment? Yeah, and I'm teasing her about it.
It was a fun time. Before Citiuation, whenever we came here to talk about the pre-Citiuation event, I said that it was the only all-white party in Accra, and I still stand by that. You can argue with your phones if you do not agree. If you do not agree, argue with your phones or your TV sets while you are watching us this morning. It was a shutdown. It was a total shutdown. The joy on the faces of the patrons, the excitement, the fact that the year has been tough, the year has been a roller coaster, the need for them to come there and unwind, meet family. People brought their whole family. Companies bought tables for their employees, and it was so beautiful seeing them coming to have fun, coming to unwind, meeting new people, making friends. I made a few friends at the Citiuation all-white party, and I'm sure the others who are watching also did. It was such a great experience, and
it was nice. It was nice to meet a lot of people who have been watching us, listening to us, and so on. And then they are seeing you in person, and they are just so excited, to be able to meet you in person.
People met me and said, "Oh, I watch you on TV. I'm looking for Naoyo. I'm looking for Caleb. I'm looking for this person," and all of that. They were really looking forward to meeting all the on-air personalities here at ChannelOne TV as well as City FM. And I mean, thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing it the City and ChannelOne way. We can't say thank you enough. And then we hope that as we are getting into 2025, you still stick with us and make an appearance, a grand and a massive appearance for all our upcoming events. You know how we do it. We run this with you. So we would implore that you stay with us and then look out for the next event. As we always say, when we say we have open slots for a particular event, do pay and pay on time. Because if you don't and you hear sold out, you will be missing out on a lot that you'd have to wait for a whole year to want to participate again. So thank you. Thank you so much. We couldn't have done this without you all.
Absolutely. Well, sports is next.